I really wish Discord would let me use this fucking microphone. I paid 50 quid for it.
Alright, so I think it should be working now. Audio seems to be going through. Yep, okay.
It works.
It works.
Yep.
Alright, so good evening everyone and welcome back to another episode of AppleTalk. Sorry about the technical issue we had earlier.
Yeah.
But should all be fixed now. I hope everyone's having a good night, and as I was saying before, Henry just made
I only just made it.
And yeah, we actually have quite a bit of interesting topics to talk about tonight. And some of them will be pretty interesting. Some of them will be like sort of like chat oriented. Like some people in the chat will be able to participate, which will be fun. So yeah.
Well, the first one is going to be, I guess we could basically just call this stream like the Apple event special, because well,
slightly. I mean, most of it is going to be dedicated to that. We got about 5 topics, and that's going to be the first topic we talk about, which we'll actually get to right now, since we're done with introductions.
Let's get into it.
The first topic is about the October Apple event that happened on Tuesday, which was pretty exciting, and I was definitely excited. I was totally waiting for it all week, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. And yeah, it was finally came out, and I thought it was pretty cool. I'll let Henry go first because he was.
Why did he go first?
I don't know.
I haven't got anything really to say about it yet.
All right, then I'll go first. So, just to summarize the Apple event, everyone already knows this, but they released, what was it, 4 new iPhones and a HomePod Mini.
4 new iPhones.
We'll get to the HomePod Mini first because it's kind of boring, but HomePod Mini is a smaller version of HomePod. They add new features to the HomePod to make it more
I actually quite like this.
I think some of the features that I find interesting are like the ones where you can like tell the HomePod to tell all the other HomePods to say something. So instead of yelling through the house, you don't have to do that. And in my family, at least, we yell around the house a lot. So I think something like that would be pretty nice. But then again, I don't really want to put government microphones all around my house. But, oh well.
Government microphones.
I mean, that's what it is. I mean, especially Alexa and Google, where they sell your soul and everything. But, yeah, I thought it was okay. On my server, I just wanted to quickly plug this, but on my server, we did a live event watch party, and it was Henry, Finn, and I. I think Enzo joined briefly.
Duke joined briefly.
Luke missed everything. Duke was there for a bit. Yeah.
Why was Luke not there?
It wasn't even notified I was out.
Nice.
Oh, really? It was 6 o'clock when the fucking thing happened.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, I was
on a
racing.
Tuesday.
To be fair, I was racing home from the fucking takeaway with my burger.
Yeah, I remember that. It was like 57, and you're like, okay, I'll be home in 2 minutes. I'm at the takeaway. I'm like, okay, Henry, you're probably gonna miss this without a doubt.
Yeah, I got there in time, and less than something better I can say than this fucking stream, because I came right through the door and heard Charlie say, "Good evening, everyone."
No, God.
Ha!
That is quite stressful. But, yeah, it was pretty fun.
Race.
And we got, just want to quickly welcome everyone again. Welcome Distro Hopper and welcome Finn. We might get some more people, we might not, but otherwise, who cares? Let's move to the phones, because I think the phones are the thing that I was most looking forward to. Now, they released 4 new phones. There is the iPhone, the 12 mini, 12 regular, 12 Pro, and 12 Pro Max. And the 12...
I mean, it's a nice lineup.
Yeah, and the 12 Pro and 12 were just put up for sale. You can now pre-order them on Apple's website. But unfortunately, the phones that my dad and I were excited for, which is the Mini and the Max, they're not here. They're not going to be here until November 6th, which is absolutely biggest disappointment about the whole thing. But hey, at least they're there. And my dad's obsessed with small phones, so he's totally all over it. He's probably going to get in the blue or the red. I think he's going to lean more towards the blue because it's less flashy. And I'm going to
my dad's exactly the same. He loves smaller phones. Yeah. I think he really likes them because I gave him an 8 Plus, and I also gave him one of those really chunky metal rubber than metal cases. So fun fact, he actually managed to crack the screen whilst in that case.
Wow.
I know, and we were at a fair one day, and he had it in his back pocket the entire time. and I just noticed that because of the size of the case, he had started to rip the arse of his trousers
Oh
with it.
god. That's quite insane, but
Yeah.
yeah, so I've been waiting for a new for the 12 Pro Max for a while. It's been quite a bit of time, and honestly, I'm slightly disappointed and slightly excited as well, because I'm disappointed because the back looks visually the same. It's got the same camera layout. It looks the same. It looks the same on the back, but I really do like the beveled edges, and I really do like the look of the stainless steel. And currently, I'm sort of
I'm not sure. I mean, I think it looks really good in the actual Pro Max or the Pro versions. I
Yeah.
don't really like it on the normal Mini. I don't know what it
debatable.
is. I think it's the fact that it's stainless steel.
I think
Pros,
it looks.
and
I think the
shine
shininess,
just
makes it look a lot better. Like
yeah,
the mirror
that's what I was
shine.
gonna say.
I think I'm really torn between the gold and the blue, but I'm probably gonna have to go for the blue because it's the new color. It's cool, and I can get a matching Apple Watch that isn't $700. Which is another thing I might also get eventually.
I think
a
the
new
blue
watch.
looks best. I think the blue looks best.
I think it
for
does
sure.
too. And also the gold, it's so cool though.
I mean, I chose midnight green for my iPhone 11 Pro Max, which is a beautiful color.
They got rid of green.
Yes, they did. But I slowly feel myself wanting a 12 Pro Max in blue.
I've been saving up for the 12 Pro Max for like what, a year now?
You
Because I saved up for the SE too, and then when it finally came out, there was no plus size, which is total disappointment. And then I ended up just saying, screw this, I'm just gonna wait for the next best phone that Apple makes, which is this one. And I waited for like, I don't know, like half a year for it.
It's what, $1,100?
Yeah, base model, but I'm probably gonna get the best model.
Yeah, price has gone down in the UK.
I'm gonna
I
be
think
poor after this.
The 11 Pro Max. 11 Pro Max was $1,150, whereas it's now just $1,100. So that's a plus. But if I was to trade in my phone at Apple, they would only give me 560 quid.
Why? I could probably sell like a 10s Max for that on eBay.
Yeah, although I'm struggling to sell mine for 475. I had a dickhead offer me fucking 300. He offered me his 8 Plus boxed with accessories for that iPhone 10s Max, and he offered 100 quid on top.
Wow.
Wanker.
That's
But anyway, yeah.
terrible.
Let's get back to what we're actually talking about.
Yeah.
The iPhone 12 Pro Max, or the 12s in general. Luke, do you have anything?
Do I have anything about the Apple event?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Oh
Aside
yeah,
from
you weren't
fucking,
there.
Like,
No, it wasn't there, but it's in peace.
beveled edges on the iPhone 12 just gives me major iPhone 4 flashback.
Yeah.
It does.
It's cool. I think it's
It
cool.
is nice.
It's sort of like a classy design, which is what I like about it. I especially like the idea of being able to prop it up on a table like this. Because with this phone, the rounded corners, you can't really do that. I mean, even though this is a good phone, I really like it, but, I mean, it's about time.
The thing I really like about it, and this is such a weird thing to say, but I really like how the glass and everything is completely flush with the steel. I mean, even on the SEs and they weren't like that. The glass of the screen would stick out, and it just didn't look that great. Whereas now it's completely flush.
I like that as
Really
well.
like that.
I thought it was kind of bad that it sort of like came out. The glass bit comes out like this.
Yeah, because it comes
even
out on
even on this
the
one, it just
SE.
makes it so prone to damage. You could see the white part is where the glass comes out, and that's not good, especially if you drop it like this.
Yeah, it even does it on the SE.
Yeah. Oh, something interesting I wanted to say as well. They actually released a new type of material to put over the screen called ceramic something.
Oh yeah, they did.
And I'm actually really interested to see how that fares in terms of like durability. I'm still waiting
I'm really interested to see Philip's video on them.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the jerry rig everything video on it. I want to see how scratch resistant it is. I really want to see how durable it is. I'm really interested because I've never seen a ceramic phone screen before. I mean, at least not
The
from
HTC
Apple.
Ultra did.
Oh, I didn't see that video.
Jeremy did a video on that.
I didn't see it. But,
Yeah, he did a video on it. It was the ceramic version of the HTC Ultra, and I think it looked like the iPhone 8 with the goldish, peachy-ish color.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I can remember about it. But yeah, the phones this year are interesting.
Yeah, they're
The
pretty
five,
cool.
they focus mainly on 5G.
No one cares. I mean, at least for
Exactly.
people in America, 5G doesn't exist. Whereas in
Exactly.
Switzerland, we've progressed like 20 years into the future, and 5G is standardized everywhere. You could be in the middle of nowhere, and you could still get like 5 bars of 4G signal.
Yeah.
Or no, only
I
like
live
4.
about 5 miles from a major city in the UK, and they still don't have 5G. The only one that I know has 5G is London.
Because here, 5G is everywhere. Apparently, according to like some places, they say Switzerland is the top, is like one of the top countries in like 5G, one of the leading countries in 5G, which is gonna be useful for me because, I mean, 5G phone. I mean, they made too much of a deal about it. Yeah, future proofing.
Yeah, they
whatever,
really did.
But I mean, hey, they had to do it at some point. But they were really just trying to hype it up. I mean, Samsung's been doing it already for a while, so is literally every other Android phone. But it's just, that's what Apple does. If they try to release something standard on their phone, they try to hype it up and make it cooler than everything else. So
I hated the constant reminding of 5G support, says Finn.
I agree,
Yeah,
Finn.
I agree.
That went on for like 20 minutes. I'm like, get to the
Yeah.
phone. You're telling us about this. Yeah, duh, we know.
That's about the pissing phone, not the fucking developmental stages of a product that's not even out yet.
Yeah.
In major places.
Yeah, quite annoying, but
It was.
But hey, still, we got a new phone, and it was a nice looking phone, which I'm pretty excited about.
I think the pros are the ones that actually look quite nice.
I do agree.
I'm not sure if I like the 12. But I was wrong as well, which I absolutely hate. But at least I can admit when I'm wrong, unlike some people I know.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because I thought it was going to be the 11S. Charlie
No,
was
it's not.
right when it was
You
12.
thought it was going to be the 11S. Why?
Yeah, I
it's
did.
completely different. Squared edges. They just chop the thing off. They're not gonna add 5G to a phone and bevel the
True.
edges and call it.
It's mainly because I didn't listen to a fucking thing the rumors said. I don't like listening to them. I really don't.
Normally I look at like 1 or 2 articles like from Mac Rumors or some sort of trusted site that I like to look at, like Macworld or Mac Rumors, and then I just keep that opinion until the event. I just keep what I've learned from those sources, and then I just try. I mean, normally they're quite accurate. I mean, right before the event, the renders were spot on to what it was, but I never wanted to accept it because I was hoping the camera design would be different. I think that's one of the things I'm most disappointed about. I mean, yeah, the camera design is fine. I actually kind of like it, but I really wish they could have changed it just to make it seem a bit more different.
The renders always look worse than the actual phone, though, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. Because it's rendered on like some Vista PC from 2005.
Exactly.
Not from like Apple's top of the line high end.
I just like having the surprise, and I think you could see when they were mentioning the iPhones before they even showed us the iPhone 12. They used an iPhone 12 on stage, and that's when we knew it was going to be bezeled edges instead of circular or rounded. Beveled, sorry. Because yeah, you remember that I pointed out on stage that there was. It was like they were watching an American football game, and you could see the beveled edges on it, or well, flat edges. I'm just going to say,
yeah,
you could see the flat edges on the phone. They did an awful job at trying to hide it. You could tell.
Yeah.
But anyway, right. Is there anything more we can really say about this?
I wouldn't really say so. I mean, I guess to conclude on, of course, the stream is in the red. I mean, that's what it's telling me, which is not the best, but I mean, hey, the internet does suck here, and I'm on Wi-Fi. Yeah, but anyway, I guess to conclude, I mean, yeah, pretty cool. Expect a review on my channel of the new iPhone 12 Pro Max or something, and if I'm lucky, maybe I can also do my dad's phone.
Maybe the Series 6 as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not going to get that until, like, the Christmas season when I actually have money again. So.
I'm not sure if I should get a Series 6 because I've got a Series 4 at the moment. They look physically exactly the fucking same.
Yeah, I have a Series. What is this? 3? Yeah, 3. Yeah. I've had this for a while.
I want to get the Series 1. I want to get the first one. The first ever.
Oh, good luck finding one with a good battery. The batteries on all those are
Yeah.
shot.
Doesn't technically care as long as it just, turns on.
Mine is so bad, mate, that the fucking screen is being pushed up by it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Whichever came out, like, did
That's
any of
not
the series launches come out in 2012 or pre-2012?
No, it was 2014.
Yeah.
The one thing I do like about the new iPhone, which is 6 meter water resistance on every version, and the fact that you can also they're all OLED
Yeah.
instead of discrepancy between the different models, because
Mm-hmm.
those things, well, a CPU upgrade is obvious with a cheaper phone with a more expensive phone. But to be fair, I think if you're gonna go for the cheaper phone, you should still have the same, at least screen and at least protection against the elements.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's all we've
Yep.
really got on that.
I
at the
actually
moment.
remember when the Series 2 came out, just real quick before we switch. I remember when the Series 2 came out and they're like, whoa, it's waterproof now. That's so awesome. And everyone thought, wow, that's cool. You can take it in the water now. And I thought
But you could take the original water.
But they they never really
was resistant
marketed
to
it
a
as that.
certain degree.
But
it
then
was
the new one was the Series 2 was waterproof. And then Series 3 was just slightly better. Waterproof.
No device is waterproof.
Nope. Anyway.
Oh no, that iPhone 4. Our new iPhone is waterproof. Meanwhile, me in the toilet. Dad, I dropped my phone in the loo. Oh shit!
Drop my phone in the loo.
I'm glad I've never done that.
Me neither. Why would you even use your phone close to the bathroom?
Don't ask. I hate going into details about that.
I guess we could just go and ask Aaron.
Yep. All right. Now we've been quite. I mean, he takes them in the shower. What do you expect?
He
I
does.
bet all the water sensors have gone off, and if he tries getting like a warranty or something from Verizon, he's gonna. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna switch topics now to another event-related topic, which people are probably getting tired of. But I thought this was interesting, and I just learned about this today, which is the Apple November event. So basically,
I didn't even know this was going ahead.
Yeah, so basically, already we're getting, right after this October event, we're already getting rumors that on November 17th, there's going to be another Apple event. There's going to be another, like, pre-recorded Apple event where they're going to release some silicone Macs. Ooh, ARM Macs are finally coming. And no one knows, I don't really know any sources that specify if it's going to be a MacBook or an iMac. Hopefully an iMac, because it would be very helpful in my family.
Yeah.
But
and also the fact that the iMac has looked exactly the same since 2000.
Come on, Apple. It's about time. I mean, most people are saying that they're gonna like re-release the standard MacBook, like that small little thing, and then they're just gonna end up putting an ARM chip in that, which would make a bit of sense because I guess they're gonna start out small and then work their way up to like higher end devices.
They were never as bad as people really made it out to be. Yeah, they were flawed, but they were quite decent devices.
They were fine. They were like little. They were good to compete with like Chromebooks and stuff.
Yeah.
How much were they originally? Weren't they like $8.99 or something?
No, they're $1,000, over $1,000. So I think you could actually get the MacBook Air.
Yeah, the current Air.
White line for cheaper.
Oh, that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
But then again, no one USB-C port, some garbage
that was
Intel.
Poor. That was poor.
Ugh. I mean, meanwhile over here, I'm in Portland. I'm literally in Portland. I have all the I/O I could ever possibly want on my.
Whereas I've got two USB ports and a Thunderbolt port on my MacBook Air.
Yay.
Fuck you.
God. Yeah, so anyway, I don't really know too much about this event, but I guess we could just talk about what we're hoping for. I'm hoping for an iMac. Maybe like a Pro machine would be cool as well. Mostly something that I'd actually buy, which would be the iMac. I mean, my parents, they need a new iMac. Theirs is 12 years old. They have the first iMac Slim, which is the same design they've been using up till today, which is why they haven't upgraded, and because it's sort of working fine. The hard drive's been replaced like 4 times in that thing.
Jesus!
Yeah.
4 times? That's unreliable.
Those garbage Fusion drives. That's why I absolutely hate them. And that's why I'm so happy they're finally ditching them. I mean,
Good.
they have, which is good because I hate them. And yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
and then I'm mostly excited because they're gonna pass that one down to me, and I can actually use it as like a second computer to sit on my desk, which would be pretty nice. I could replace my 2006 Intel, which I don't even use either, but oh well.
I mean, that's the newest iMac I have, and it's 06 fucking Intel, which is horrible.
That's my newest iMac as well.
Yeah. I've got the
not
G3, the
including
G4, and the Intel. And that G3 as well, just in case any of you are wondering, is what we modeled the podcast logo off.
Oh, yeah, right. Because I modeled it after a G3, and I'm like, okay, what color do you want? And Henry's like, green. Oh, hello, welcome, Logan. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so basically, November event coming up soon. Oh, he doesn't have power. That's kind of sad. Poor Logan.
Yeah. Yeah, he told me that he's got like this wind issue, there's weather issues in his state or wherever.
Well, no weather issues here.
The thing that I can't stand about fusion drives is like at my store they spent £25,000 on iMacs for music students.
Oh god.
And yeah, they really did. And we've got to use these for only Logic Pro or Sibelius, which aren't that hard a task. Even my MacBook Air has got a 1.6 gigahertz CPU with only 4 gigs of 1600 megahertz DDR3 RAM. And this thing can run Sibelius and that sort of stuff better than those iMacs with a 2.7 gigahertz Intel i5 and with 8 gigs of fucking RAM.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they are so slow. I genuinely, one of my friends had to sit at the computer to my right, didn't fucking work, kept crashing because the RAM was overloaded and so was the hard drive. Sat to my left, same shit happening. He had to move between 4 different fucking iMacs. It started to work.
Oh, God.
That's how shit the Fusion drive is.
They're pretty bad. Apparently, there's supposed to be like a combination of an SSD and a regular hard drive, which honestly I think it just makes it more confusing and dumb. It doesn't make any sense. It'd make more sense if they just chose one or the other.
I've never even gotten how Fusion drives work. Is it like they have a single...
It's basically a hard drive, and then it's got like this little bit. I mean, it is the size of a regular hard drive, but yeah, you get the idea.
Because what...
Anything you care about. With power surges.
By the way, I'm turning on noise suppression for a bit.
Yeah, because one thing I thought it was going to be was it'd be a hard drive and an SSD, and then you combine them in RAID or something like that.
No, not exactly. It's sort of all integrated into one. It's really an Apple thing. I'm pretty sure the drives only work on Apple computers. It's really weird.
Of course, it's an Apple thing.
Yeah. I just realized.
I've still applied to work for Apple. I still applied to work for the Apple store near me, and I am not going to look forward to having to fucking work on those shitty Fusion Drive Macs.
At least they're gone, but you just have to deal with people who are still sticking with the old stuff. I mean, they've totally taken them out.
What I'm going to hate is that because what I've applied to do is because I've applied to be one of the repair people and the people in the actual store. I'm going to have to walk up to people who need repairs and tell them all sorts of fucking lies that I don't believe in myself.
Or you could just not. You could just tell them, like, hey, I know I'm probably going to get in trouble for this, but this is the truth. This is the truth.
I'm not, to be fair, Charlie, if you were going to get fired for your first lying about products or exposing the truth of the company, that's not going to look very good on your resume, is it?
Who knows? Yeah, also, by the way, when I'm not talking, I'm just going to mute myself, so there's
that's
people
fine.
talking in the background, but, yeah, honestly,
it's not the apartment.
Yep. Anyway, I guess there's not really too much to cover in the November event since it's so vague, but assuming it's going to be pre-recorded, we're gonna be doing another. We're probably gonna be We're gonna be doing another live watch party on my Discord server. Link in the description below when that happens, which is gonna be in a while. So I wouldn't really push it now until we get more rumors or more confirmations. But I mean, November 17th seems like a pretty solid date, and I'm sure people can bet on it.
It's a month from today. I'm sure we'll find out some more things about it. So just stay tuned, and we should be doing it. But it's the day after my 16th, so yay.
Okay. All right, I think we're ready to switch topics a bit.
I'll just say, yeah, I'm looking forward to an iMac because, well, they've looked the same since 2009. MacBooks I couldn't really care less about because they're already okay in my opinion at the moment. I'm not going to buy one.
I don't think anyone is.
No, I'm fine with my 2015 Air at the moment, but it's like the new event. It's like all the past 3 events. It's interesting, but I'm not gonna buy anything from them.
All right, so I guess we're ready to move on to the next topic because we kind of finished up with this one. I don't even remember what it is, so we're about to find out. And it
participating in online auctions. Should be
participating in online auctions. I mean, this isn't totally Apple oriented, but it is on the topic of like collecting and stuff.
Exactly.
And I've participated in a couple online auctions, but only won a few. I mean, I could probably count how many, but I mean, we're basically
I could
just
probably count how many I've lost. I can't. I barely actually take part in online auctions, and when I do, I barely ever lose.
The problem with me is that all the cool stuff always gets put in auction because the person selling it knows it's cool and knows it's going to go for a high price if they put it in auction, which is normally what ends up happening. And I think I think a good example of this is this Macintosh 128K that's on this local site called Ricardio. I think that's what it's called, but it's on the site, and mostly everything is auction only. So this guy started at like $100. It's up to $160 now, and I'm gonna try getting it. 300 is gonna be my max. It comes with the computer itself, which is broken, has like a RAM issue or something. Keyboard, mouse, external disk drive, floppy drive, external floppy drive, just floppy drive, no disk drive, but external floppy drive, printer, Image Writer 1, which is pretty exciting because I haven't had a printer in a while, and a whole bunch, like bunch of boxes of 400K discs, which are really hard to come by. So that could be very helpful for just fueling the older Macs if I start to get into them. And if I do get this one, it would probably be the oldest Mac in my collection. I think the oldest.
How old is it?
This is 1984 when it came out, and annoyingly, my oldest Mac now is a Macintosh SE from 87. It used to be a Plus from 86, but then I sold it because no keyboard or mouse. But this one is attractive because it has everything, except it is broken, but it should be an easy fix because you can just buy the replacement chips on Mouser for pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be quite interesting if you do get it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very familiar with classic Macs. I'm really familiar with the G3 and onwards.
You haven't really gone any older than that, have you?
No, I've wanted to. I've wanted to get a Mac SE.
They're a bit.
I've tried to buy them, but
it's slightly difficult to get into it if you don't really have any of the equipment or the preparation for them. Like especially old PowerBooks, just stay away from those for now. If you get like an older Mac, I recommend getting like a newer, like an SE30 Classic 2, because they have the high density drives, which are easier to write to. Yeah, I mean it depends. Or an SE FDHD, because those ones have the better drives as well.
Jesus, what is that whine in the background?
That's my mom closing the door.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Luke, do you want to say something about online auctions?
Online auctions.
Oh hey, Duke, welcome. And of course he says SE prices are affordable. Fair enough, but I mean, I was just using it as an example for better systems.
I've never once used auctions. I don't trust them.
Oh no, you haven't, have you? Because
everything I want always seems to just go up in price. The amount of clown.
That is sort of how auctions work.
Exactly.
I've just given up. I just can't be bothered. if I was to get a clam, I'd ask someone from this server or someone else. That way, I know that they're not gonna
Yeah.
actually.
Mm.
Not.
Superstar Star 64 says because auctions usually end up in disappointment.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
that's the
pretty
thing about
much-
auctions.
Deal with the disappointment.
I think there are some there are some strategies that you should use in online auctions. And I think one of the biggest ones is do not bid until the very end. If you bid earlier, like there are some idiots in auction. I mean, there's always this one idiot in an auction who always bids like 6 days before it ends. Never do this, because this will always guarantee that the end price will be a lot higher. And it'll also just spark a lot more people to just bid. The best way to do it is when to literally the last second, and then you put in your max bid, and then you're basically.
You're gonna want to shoot it at the last second.
Oh God!
I was checking this for gas,
British
and
redneck with his blue BB gun.
it's fake. It's a 1911, so don't try.
A 911.
1911.
1911 by WE is lovely, but yeah, always go at the very last second.
Mm-hmm.
I made that mistake because I misjudged.
Yeah.
Yes, gunpowder. Yes, it is fit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I bidded at the last 10 seconds, and someone outbid me on a fucking gold iPhone 4.
Ah, that's a.
I've been looking for these, but because I've got this one now, doesn't mean I've been looking. I've been looking for these since 2018. I've been looking for one for a while.
Yeah.
And I found the one I've got now, and that one is fucked.
Oh God. How are you in that actually? I haven't asked you about it recently.
I haven't even bothered to buy the replacement parts.
Of course you have.
I've still stripped it down, and I'm still waiting to find a cheap enough iPhone 4.
Is it a 4 or 4S?
4. I've got
cell
one.
issues.
I've got one, but I will not put that in that shell because it's got. Do you remember that one I restored recently, and it had the absolutely beautiful stainless steel that didn't have any pits, didn't have any issues, which I'm also giving to Luke when I get that MacBook.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to use that phone, but yeah, hopefully that one will work. The only online auctions I've really lost is that iPhone 4. What else? Couple of clamshells. Actually, one I lost was one I didn't even bid on because it went up. If you remember, I put in the I showed that there was a lot of you remember.
Yeah, I remember this.
There was a massive lot.
It didn't even go for that much. What was it, like $300? And there was like a
500.
500. That wasn't even that bad. There was like a lime in there and a couple tangerines. Most of it was indigos, which kind of sucked. But honestly, if you did restore them, you got like at least half of them in working order. You could have easily doubled that. Because collectors, especially in like foreign countries that aren't in the U.S., these things go for insane prices. It's crazy. I mean, at least on local sites here, I haven't seen like one. Which, I mean, who cares? I've never really had too much interest in the clamshells, but yeah. I think I do have some. Oh.
What's going on?
Oh, I thought you guys just froze.
No, you froze for a second, for quite a while. My screen.
Okay. But anyway, I think what I was gonna say is some of the auctions that I've lost, I do remember some of them. One of them was a 2C, which is going to charity, but I never got it because it went too high. Another was I'm really angry about this one. It was a Ruby iMac G3 slot loader, and it was $40. It was in kind of bad condition, but it was still a very good price. I forgot about the auction. I totally forgot. And the thing, no one bidded for it, and it never went back up, and I was so sad about that.
God.
I think one of my first auction wins was my original SE, the dual drive SE that's long gone now. I sold it to some guy on eBay, and that asshole put it up again for like 200, and then put it down to 50, and then never sold it because that thing was a pile of crap. But yeah, that thing, that was my first auction win. So some guy bidded on it, and then never bid it again. So then I bid, and then when it ended, I remember doing like this 2-minute victory dance because I was so happy. for actually winning some. So I remember doing some auctions before that, but I don't remember which ones. It's all kind of old. Some of the auctions that I did win though, which I can show you on eBay if it'll load, but I have some interesting ones. I think one of my biggest wins was the Macintosh Portable, the backlit one actually. That one was an auction for like 400 or so, but then I actually offered the guy 375 and he actually accepted it, which is another good strat. If the guy does have offers on, try offering him something a bit less than the starting bid if no one else has bidded yet. This will only work if no one else has bidded yet. If you offer a little less, then if you do win it, that's a very good win.
I hate those dickheads who do that.
Yeah. What else? I mean, a lot of the stuff
I don't want to interrupt you, sorry.
Yeah,
I really
fine.
don't like interrupting you with this, but
That's
I've just searched for an iPhone 4 to get that fucking thing done. And I've just found in ending soonest an iPhone 4S with broken buttons, so he can't even use the phone, for 140 quid. 140.
You got any more college work to do tomorrow on Monday?
It doesn't even fucking work.
Right, done it all. Oh, well done you. Right then, good night.
I heard that.
Yeah, we heard every word there.
There's something about college textbooks, doing your work, something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
That is why I don't like doing that.
Oh yeah, Logan's also lost on a 2C in auction. Neat.
What was the maximum for an iPhone 4? It was 32 gig, wasn't it?
I think it was 32 gig. Let me check quickly.
On an iPhone 4, because I'm
As
trying
far
to
as
find.
I'm aware, it is 32 gig.
Yeah, because I'm trying to find the perfect iPhone 4
Yeah.
to use for this. Oh, nice! I found one on eBay, bit scuffed up. I might want it in better condition.
Yeah,
Just want to-
highest capacity was 32.
Okay, right. I'm gonna look for 32 gigs to put in that.
All right, so I guess we'll kind of conclude that bit with the auctioning segment of this because we don't really have too much to go over. And yeah, so in conclusion, best tactics are to bid till the last second, don't bid earlier,
And snipe it.
make offers, snipe it, try to find good deals as well. We talked in the last episode about good deals, how to spot them.
Make sure you shoot it before just at the last second.
Oh God, damn it! Don't listen to him. He's just some British redneck from the slums.
I hate where I live so much.
Yeah. Oh well. But yeah. All right. Next.
Oh, that's perfect.
All right. We're gonna move on to the next topic, which is our best Apple finds. Ooh, this one's gonna be a fun one.
This is a good one.
This is sort of related to the last one. We were sort of talking about like our best finds, so we can just continue that. And by the way, if you're looking at the banner image, don't get excited. This is none of our finds. This is just one I found on the internet of some guy's hoard. So.
Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah, I would probably die of happiness if that was.
Yes, you would. I know you would.
Box. What is that? A Box Plus, Mac 2, 2SI, LC. I see a lease. I see a Lisa 2 in there.
I am offering 20 quid for that. That's mint.
Now, lucky for you, you actually have your own, like, somewhat your own bank account and credit card, so you don't have to bother your parents about what you want to buy.
Oh, I've got my own PayPal. That's why.
I need my own PayPal, but I don't.
Lie.
It's all stuck
Just
on.
lie for your age, and then you get
But
it.
I don't have. You need a credit card. You need a credit card to start it up.
Debit.
I don't have a debit card.
I've got a debit card.
I don't. My parents don't say.
I only have £5.
I asked my parents, "Can I please have a debit card?" And they're like, "No, you're too young for that." Even though everyone in my grade has one, everyone here has one. It's a pain. I mean, I would be rich.
I've had a debit card since I was 12.
Lucky. But I think it works differently in the U.S. But at least here, you can get one. That's gonna be my goal for living here. I'm gonna get a debit card and finally put money on it. Yeah, so I guess So this was supposed to be a group, a chat-oriented thing. You guys in the chat can tell us about your best finds, like if you found a good deal and you got it, and just
Yeah,
things
yeah,
you're really happy about getting. I think I have quite a few. Some of these can be some of these things can be related to things that you've bought, even things you've been given from others, or even traded, or it depends. You can talk about your stuff. Again, I'm gonna go back on eBay and look because that's mostly where I've gotten a lot of my stuff, which is sad to say, out loud, but oh well. And I think, I think one of my best eBay finds was a broken Duo dock. It was a PowerBook Duo 230 with the Duo dock Plus. Or I don't know if it was
remember
Plus,
that.
but yeah, this was it. If it'll load, but oh yeah, it doesn't really show. It just says it was removed, but yeah. Anyway, it was a PowerBook Duo 230 and a Duo dock, and the Duo dock was something that's been on my wish list for a really long time, and I didn't really care if it was the black and white one or color one because it's still a Duo and it's pretty cool. It was mainly just for the gimmick of the dock and everything. So yeah, so there was one up for sale. I had alerts on. Here's another buying tip: if you're looking for something in particular, on eBay at least, you can actually save the search and it'll notify you on your phone or email you whenever one of that item with the same name has been listed, so you can always get it first. And that's how I got the Duo dock. This was $155 for a broken PowerBook Duo with the Duo dock. The PowerBook would just show a blank screen when turned on, but it worked. So I purchased it immediately because I knew I'd never find one for another price like that. And I was right because now just the docks alone sell for like $200, which is insane.
Oh wow!
And anyway, so I bought it. And I've never seen another working Duo 230 on eBay, but oh well. But yeah, so I bought it. So then it finally arrived. It had really good packing, so it didn't die. It was actually really beautiful. It was all in its own separate little packaging in a big box, and I thought it was nice. But yeah, so I purchased it, got it, and I started troubleshooting the issue. I took everything apart, and then what I ended up doing was I just slapped the hard drive of the PowerBook Duo, and then it just sprung to life. And there was even software and stuff on it, so it worked. And I haven't actually used it in a while because I think the charger needs a recap because it doesn't work anymore. But the dock does, and I haven't really pulled it out since moving here. But I mean, that was one of my best finds, I believe, because I got such a good deal on it.
I've had a few really good finds, and they are. But well, that was a really good find because it was mint condition, hadn't been used since 1999, and came with that box. Accessories, it's still white, no damage whatsoever. macOS 8.6. I upgraded it to 256 megabytes of RAM from 60. Removed the PRAM battery because I do not trust that.
Oh god.
In a 21-year-old computer. Cleaned it out. Thankfully, I did not touch this before I learned actually how to take one apart. I have a shitty Indigo one. Which I broke the snaps on it because I didn't realize you had to push down.
Oh yeah, Aaron was giving you false. I remember you.
Yeah,
you were in voice chat. He
when
gave you completely false information. I'm like, you idiot! You have to pull it the other way, and then you pulled it the other way, and it worked.
Yeah,
and then Aaron was like, "Oh my god, but why was it like this on my computer?" I
at one point was getting pissed off at it, so I jabbed a fucking screwdriver in it and broke the bloody tabs on it. But to be fair, that Indigo is awful condition.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, also Indigos in general, they're common. They're kind of bad, and then people on and then it breaks the front page of Reddit, and people are like, "Oh my god, look at me! I got the iMac G3 original from 1998, and it's just some garbage Indigo. It doesn't even have FireWire on it, like 350 megahertz." Yeah, the Lime is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean that one sold the least amount. That one sold the least amount because. I mean, it was green. No one really liked the green, honestly. I think the key lime was the one that no one liked the green on. It was totally, people thought it was blinding and ugly, and
it's also a slot.
Yeah,
which is the rarest of the lime as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, because.
No, go on. Sorry.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything.
I thought you were. But in my opinion, my best ones. I'm gonna read this. Finn says his best find was my iMac, which he paid $140 for, which
That's not bad.
which you guys think is overpriced. But the thing is, iMac G3s are rare to find in Finland.
That's not bad
No, it's not. Finn, I spent £160 on that. But to be fair, it was boxed and it wasn't used since 1999. It's beautiful. Samstar64 says, I have the iMac DV line shown in the show's logo, which is incredibly rare these
I wouldn't
days.
say incredibly rare. I would say uncommon. I mean, you can get a hold of them.
They're
just a bit
rare,
difficult
but
to
they're
find.
not incredibly rare.
Yeah, I would say like uncommon to rare. Uncommon is like you can get it, but it's kind of difficult. Common is you can find it anywhere. Rare is rare, and then extra rare is pretty rare, and unobtainable is like Lisa level.
I think mine's quite rare because the original box, original accessories, and everything like that, and it's mint.
Mm-hmm.
But my favourite finds are right here, obviously.
Neat.
So this is my beautiful Tangerine iBook G3 clamshell. Paid $100 for this. It's in actually really good condition. Still got the DVD bezel. Still got the leaf and the logo.
Imagine slapping it and the leaf just falls out.
Oh, it did fall out. It did fall out. This thing has fell out before. But,
how does it even fall out? It seems kind of...
I don't know, but just a bit of super glue. The ironic thing is, I bought this into school because my English teacher was a fan of Legally Blonde.
Oh.
So I bought it in school.
Oh yeah, because they had that computer in Legally Blonde.
They had the Tangerine iBook, so I bought this in school. And well, as soon as I got home, I noticed this was missing.
Oh no!
Thankfully, it was in the bottom of my bag.
Ah. That would have been scary.
Oh,
I remember I had an old phone case that had this I think it was the iMac G3 phone case, the Spigen one. And I think it was like the power button or something had fallen out of the phone while I was at an assembly. And I walked out and I totally didn't realize until I was like in the hallway. And then like an hour later, I had to run back in. As they were like cleaning up the room, I found it on the floor.
You lucky bastard.
Yeah, I was so lucky with that. That case would have been trashed after that if I didn't find it.
This is also one of my favourites. I mean, this is quite cheap. This is 30 quid for two.
That's not bad.
Two iBook G3 clamshells, 35 quid, including postage. I smashed the other one that this came with. They both had DVD bezels. They both had full logos. This one's got the less... Actually, it's barely cracked now, which you can see. Originally, it had a French keyboard because, well, the other one in the lot didn't work.
French iBook.
Yeah, it was a French iBook. It had a line in the screen, but I replaced it with that video. The one with the line in the screen is now in my graphite because I broke the screen. Don't know how, and that's but I broke it, and that's the screen that I smashed. By the way, if you've watched that video and got pissed off, they were all broken fucking parts. It's fine. This thing may be still in a bit of shit condition as the bottom.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of mine a bit.
Yeah,
mine's kind of beaten up, but it's fair. It's okay.
To be fair, I spent £17 on this iBook, and I sold parts from it to make it work perfectly. It works perfectly. It's probably my favourite in the lot because it was the first one I worked on. I stripped this thing down completely, full restoration on it, and
I still haven't done that to mine because I don't really want to because it looks painful. But yeah. Anyway,
I've done it so many times, but this is the rarest boy.
Oh great,
My P line.
Another
And
iBook.
this is better than Duke's because mine has the logo, the bezel, and it's a 466.
Works.
Also, I'm not sure if it will work. Please. Yes!
The battery works. Mega flex. Did you get a new battery or did you rebuild the old one?
No. This is original. This
How
hasn't
the
been
hell?
fixed.
Is that the Apple branded one?
Yep.
What? How does that work?
I don't know. It came from the Tangerine,
My God.
but because it was a working battery, I thought I'd slam it in the rarest of the lot.
Yeah.
This is actually the first clamshell I ever bought. which I think was a brilliant way to start off.
Yeah.
And I ended. I bought the rarest first, then the second was the most common, the blueberry. But I adore this machine.
Nice.
I love it. I only got this, surprisingly, this was actually one of the cheaper. I paid 80 quid for this.
Nice.
Which for a key lime I think is really good. It's cheaper than,
I mean, especially in the US on eBay, they're really expensive.
It's cheaper than the one that King smashed.
Yeah.
He
This
paid
was like,
100
what,
for it.
105? No, it was 105, I believe.
I think.
It was in really bad condition, that one.
Yeah, but this thing, it did come with everything, but, oh yeah, just to prove.
Oh, wow.
And it hasn't got any damage along the sides. This thing is stock.
That's crazy.
And it still works. But, oh yeah, Apple, do this to your fucking computers.
Oh, yeah.
They can actually remove the battery.
They'll never do that, ever. Only
I
Dell
love
will.
this thing.
I
I love this thing. It was originally running...
MacBook. Not MacBook Pro, just the MacBook.
Oh, yeah. The 2008 one, they had the removable batteries. I have one of those.
Oh,
It's really cool. It's got the little door that flips open. Well, it doesn't flip open. You sort of just, like, pull it open and remove it.
They also had that on the 2006s, which is what I owned. And I sold that to be able to buy... no, that was the first Mac... that was the Mac that got me into collecting. Although I wanted a clamshell before, I just found it on Facebook Marketplace for 30 quid. Picked it up. No, it was 50. I offered 30. Got it for 30. Picked it up, replaced the hard drive, replaced the RAM, sold it for 70.
Nice.
But this thing was disgusting. So I cleaned it up, had no battery at all with it. So I replaced this. So I took the one that I actually got off of the Indigo, not the Indigo, the Graphite. Fucking hell. Took the one out of the Graphite originally, charged it twice, then it died completely. Then I took the one out of the Tangerine, put it in this thing, and a year later it still works. Which is, for a battery from 1999, that's incredible.
Okay, I'll let you finish.
Hold a charge.
Oh yeah, it also had a fake charger.
Oh, cool.
Best finds I've ever found. Well, there was that 99p MacBook Air A1237.
That wasn't that
I'd
bad.
purchased it.
Really? 99p?
It was dead though. It had a DC and board fault.
That's still not bad.
I mean-
eMate 300 for 99p. Missed out on that as well.
You haven't shown us much about the eMate that much. I
Yeah,
remember you really wanted one, and then I'm like,
Dude,
okay, I'm gonna buy all the eMate. I'm gonna buy the cheapest eMate in America because that's the one you were gonna import. And then you're like, no, don't do that. But I never did because eMates are kind of. I don't really have too much of an interest in those, but.
Yeah, I mean, I used to own an eMate, and I've always wanted to relive the nostalgia of, you know, tapping around with the noises that played. But I'll find one of those some other time. The best find I actually own, Macintosh Classic 2.
Oh yeah, that one.
That's not bad. Yeah, you got given that for free, didn't you?
Free. Didn't pay a single penny for it.
Lucky motherfucker.
All of my Apple products are free. I've never paid for a single Apple device.
Jesus.
A lot of the stuff in my collection I never paid for. 2 examples I can think of from the top of my head, or 3 examples. I have a bunch, but yeah. So there was a Color Style Writer 2500, which was free from VCF. The 2008 MacBook, the aluminum one, which was given to my grandpa. It was his originally, and he just gave it to me. A 1999 pristine original owner, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous grape DV. Possibly the most lovely computer I have in my collection. Everything works. CD drive works beautifully. I put a better board in it, so now it's a 500 megahertz instead of 400. So it's not all original, but who cares? I also put the RAM up to 512 megabytes, and it's a pretty nice computer. I also have the 180C, PowerBook 180C, which I got free from school. So there's a bunch of accessories and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I can't really think of too many.
The fuck?
I don't know. But, well, there's like one more. Oh yeah, this one wasn't free, but this one I won accidentally. So there's this 12-inch RGB, which is like the monitor that goes with the Mac LC. This 12-inch RGB. It was on eBay. Starting bid was like $9. So no, it was like $5 starting bid. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just bid on this for fun. And I didn't do it at the end of the auction because I didn't think I was gonna win. I just did it for fun because I was bored. In the middle of class, I'm like, okay, bid. And this was like 2 days before the auction ended, and I'm like, okay, someone has to bid for this. This isn't gonna go for $5. And then it did. And then it went for $5. Shipping was another $5, so I paid like $9 for it. And then it worked perfectly. It worked perfectly, and I kept it for a bit. And then eventually I had to get rid of it because it doesn't work here. And then I sold it to a guy, and then the internals got cracked, and then the internal motherboard got cracked in shipping. The guy ended up fixing it. And then I refunded him like a bit of the money just to pay for caps and stuff, and now it's at a good home. So yeah.
Wait a second, you paid $9 for it. How much did you sell it for?
I sold it for like 50.
Wow.
Yeah, I made
That's
50
good
off
profit.
of it. I made 40 off of it, and I have to say that was pretty good. It got quite a bit of bids actually because I verified it as working. I mean, I guess the difference was that I never said it. They never said it was working. They just verified that it turned on. There was a green light, and I'm like, hey, good enough for me. I mean, $9. I think that's the cheapest, like, largest thing I've ever bought on eBay. There's things like that never go for that cheap. It's so weird. I can't believe so many people missed that. Even today, like monitors like that go for 30, bro, like untested, which is interesting.
Yeah, because I think one of the other best ones I've bought is my G3 Power Mac.
Yeah.
Power Mac G3 blue and white. Not going to go into the story because I've told that so many times, but I adore that thing. It's just, well, I've always loved them. I had one before, it didn't work, so I thought smash it.
And then you regretted that because the handles broke on
I
shipping
did,
on
because
the new
the handles
one.
broke on when I fucking bought.
And then I had to rewatched that video 1,000 times, and I thought it was
you
hilarious because you zoomed into the part where you smashed the handle. That was hilarious.
Guess what the funny thing is?
What?
I wasn't even the one that smashed it.
Oh, well,
It was my stepsister.
Cool.
But yeah, I also got these two. I got that one for £2.30. I got these two were £2.30. So was the Mac Mini that you'll see if you watch my restoration repair videos, because that's where I stand up the phones. Got those for £2.30 in a job lot. Originally cost me £100, and I sold a bunch of shit from it and ended up basically paying that much for those lot in the end.
Nice. All right, so I think we might actually end this topic now because we've been kind of going on it for a while. Yeah, we got a few things from the chat, which is pretty nice. So yeah, I guess we'll be moving on to, I think this might be the last topic. I don't remember, but we'll just have to find out. Alright, so the next topic is the iMac G3 experience. What is it like owning an iMac G3? What do we think about it? I mean, this is mainly just a topic I thought that was kind of interesting because it's a bit specific and it's something we can kind of go more in depth in about a specific computer. We all own an iMac G3. Luke's is broken, but I also decided to include eMacs because they're similar enough, and it's the only like all-in-one CRT Mac Luke owns that's working. So, yeah.
Oh, no, the iMac is the only one I have that's working. My iMac's dead.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Your iMac's dead. The eMac is the only CRT Mac
works.
you have that works.
Fine.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I haven't actually gone and tested it in a while.
Oh.
What?
I think everyone died.
Yeah. Something's happened.
Oh,
'Cause-
now it's back.
Back. Okay.
Is it?
Sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties.
Yep.
We're back now.
All right.
Yeah, that did. I don't know what the fuck happened there, but sorry about that, guys.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, so yeah, if you want it, take me up on that offer, Luke. £2.50 plus postage for the actual PSU.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, if you have to scrap the Mac, at least keep the power supply itself around.
Oh,
'Cause,
I'm going to be scrapping that thing soon.
By the time I decide, you probably would have thrown it away. But I'm
it's
still...
worth its weight in parts, but that thing is just. I just want. You know what I do? I don't like throwing things that work out. Mine is an Indigo 100. Mine's an Indigo 400.
Oh, actually, no, I can put new caps on, but don't worry about that. I don't need the motherboard.
Okay.
Just dump some new caps from my camera.
I think in total I have like 4 iMac G3s. I have 3 slot loaders. I have a
Loader. It sounds like thought loader.
I have slot loaders. Slot. SLOT. Slot loaders. I have 3 slot loaders. I have a graphite that was smashed in shipping, a snow.
Oh,
yeah.
That's how I first found out about you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have those 3.
The speaker replacement video. Mine just recently exploded from foam rot.
Yeah.
I was trying to play some... What's that Russian music called? Really thumpy Russian music. Trying to play that through my G3 and I blew both speakers up.
Yeah. So, I think Henry died.
Oh, I'm still here.
No, he's just been quiet.
I'm still here. I'm just reading something.
Yeah. I think, yeah, so I have 4 iMac G3s. I have the graphite, smash and shipping, snow, and then I also have the grape. And then I also have one tray loader, which is the 333 megahertz Blueberry G3 from '99. It's a tray loader, which I never use that much either. I don't actually have an eMac or anything else. I mean, I do have a bunch of other CRT compact Macs, but those are unrelated to this topic. So I won't mention them, and I'd also have to list them, which is annoying. But, I mean, honestly, I think they're pretty solid machines. I really do like the sound systems on the slot loaders. They have these good Harman Kardon speakers, which sound pretty good for 1-inch speakers. They have good bass and good surround. And they sound they sound 100 times better than the other ones. What?
Your replacement speakers sound different, or they equal?
I mean, here's the thing. They'll never sound as good as the original Harman Kardons because they're like some cheap Chinese speakers from like a garbage portable speaker that I got at a thrift store. But those speakers will never sound the same as the original. But they are still better than what the speakers were like before. Because the speakers before were all terrible. They didn't play sound at all. I mean, they sounded horrible. But yeah, I mean, it was an improvement, but if I were to do it again, I would go online and order, like, proper replacement speakers, like the Harman Kardon speakers. But not new old stock, because new old stock speakers are still going to have the foam issues, because they're so old, which is stupid.
Yeah, because you wouldn't want to get some, like, for example, if we're thinking car sense, you're not going to buy a new old stock part for, let's say, your coolant hose went out. You're not going to want to buy. You're not going to want to buy a new old stock part because it's just going to have the same fucking issue. It's just aged.
Yeah. I mean,
no one's going to see it. It's not like a fucking. I'm sorry. I'm going to piss people off by going on about the car stereo nonsense. Personally, if I put an aftermarket stereo in, it's just the function. I don't care what it looks like. But I'd only do that in like a Vauxhall Astra or something shit.
It depends on the car. Like, sometimes who cares? If it's a worthless car and it's a beater, who cares? But if it's like a nicer car, why would you put an aftermarket radio in it? I mean, my dad has a 280 SL from 1968, and he swore to keep the original radio in, because even though it doesn't work, he swore to keep the original radio in because he couldn't possibly live with anything else, because it wouldn't look original, it'd look like crap. and he's probably just gonna try to fix it or something. I think it's from water damage because these things leak a lot. So, yeah.
Yeah, I really just want to play CDs in my Volvo or music from my phone because I only have 2 CDs and they're both mixtapes. Thinking, do I really want to change the stereo in the Volvo 240? Because come to think of it, if it was,
How much is a Volvo 240 nowadays?
Price varies.
We were talking about iMacs.
Yeah, that's.
I know, but
Well, I'll just let you guys finish.
I'm not sure.
I think they're like decent. They're like $1 to $5,000 for an okay
that's
one.
really...
They're not horribly priced.
Going for about 100 to 500.
Finn says he'd keep the original radio in his Volvo if it had it.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. There was one thing that I saw recently, and I showed Charlie and Luke, and I think
original one of those.
Yeah.
I
I think you both didn't like this. There was a DeLorean for sale on Facebook Marketplace of all places for a fucking DeLorean. It was a genuine sale, but the guy was a complete idiot and he wanted £50,000 for his DeLorean. Which, if you're thinking, oh, it's a DeLorean, it's not worth 50 grand unless you're in the States. Well, because your money's worth less.
Yep.
But anyway, they're not worth £50,000, those cars. And the bloke says he has future-proofed it because it has an MP3 radio.
No, that. If anything, it just decreases the value.
It's a black. Oh, it's a black with manual, black interior, manual gearbox. Which
it's not one of those gross pop-out screens on the radio.
Yes, it does. It's got the radio. It's got the thing that pops out then goes up. And the stupid thing is that the fucking screen.
The year 2000 called. They want their Pimp My Ride radio back. Like every episode of Pimp My Ride features that garbage radio with like the stupid pop-out screen, which looks horrible.
Hoovy's Garage called. He wants his radio back for his. Hoovy's Garage called. He wants his radio back for his Dodge Caravan. But anyway, yeah, he wanted 50 grand for it, even though he had stupid fucking radio in it. Basically the screen when it goes up, it covers the fucking it covers the stuff for the aircon, covers the HVAC system, which I think is pathetic. It is pointless. It covers the vents. Why are you going to have something that ruins functionality?
I was thinking you were going on about that JVC style stereo that Mr. Apple was talking about. That's better than the ones that have 4 7-inch LCD.
I think the dumbest thing people do is if the radio's still working, but they replace it with Bluetooth or whatever. They don't care. They don't
exactly
care their thing.
If it doesn't work, I can see the idea. But to be fair, if I'm in a car, why not just keep it there, keep it original, and put a bloody Bluetooth stereo inside of it?
My uncle.
Not stereo, sorry, Bluetooth speaker. Say that again?
My uncle he sold it now, and he's getting a 911. He had a 944 Turbo R Porsche.
A 944 Turbo?
49, the Turbo S, I think.
That's a rare car.
And he had, there was this Pioneer, I think, stereo in it.
Pioneer's quite nice.
It did the job. It was meh. Not interesting.
It's also a Porsche. It's a 944.
It's a late 90s stereo, nothing fancy. But what he found in the boot, because he hadn't actually opened the boot since he owned the car, he found the original 1980s Panasonic cassette FM radio combo unit. He stuck that over quicker than you could say anything. Original speakers, original everything, manual transmission, obviously. And man, when he drifts around roundabouts and that thing, you feel the G-forces. It's amazing. But he's sold it and he's getting a 911.
I really don't like 911s. I think they're uninspired nowadays. I love the old 60s ones where they were a death trap. Here's one thing.
That's supposed to be fun.
Yeah. The one thing that's weird about me is I love dangerous and weird cars. I don't like modern things like Tesla.
Aztec.
Fuck off.
I don't like.
It's weird.
The Renault
How dare
Modus.
you?
I really like the Renault Aventime.
I don't like the newest bus.
I don't like
I like
Teslas that
Aventime.
much either.
Yeah, Teslas, in my opinion, are just boring cars that aren't really that inspired. Yeah, they're interesting, but Elon.
Conspiracy. I think Teslas are going to spy on us like Alexa.
Yeah,
It's like in what
they can already track where we're going, what we're saying. They can also track what components the car has, which are real and which are fake, and they can shut the car down remotely.
And also, Tesla people are trying. I think Tesla is trying to get people to vote against right to repair.
Yes, they are.
Tesla is like Apple if they were a car company.
Mm. I think Tesla and Apple are going to do a merger at one point.
Yep.
Seriously,
Yeah.
because they are so fucking alike.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tesla's, in my opinion, is just going to be. Oh god, they already are those snobby person's car who likes to have the best thing but can't really afford it. Because
knock off Rolls Royce from China,
Hmm.
Geely GE. I'm sorry for going on
yeah,
about
I
it.
remember
I
them.
admit I like it. I'm sorry to admit.
Hmm.
Of course, the Rolls Royce Phantom is better than the Geely GE or whatever. I like it.
Hmm. I mean, I don't live on a bad place in a bad place in England, but I don't live in a rich part either. And you just see everywhere these wannabe rich people in their Model 3 baselines going around going, "Oh, look at me, I've got a Tesla."
Oh, so fancy.
So
So
fancy.
fancy.
Model X is the DeLorean of electric
Hmm.
cars.
Can I just ask? I know this is an incredibly odd topic, but the Model 3 is £35,000 for the standard range, which only goes 200 miles. What would you guys buy, car-wise, for 35 grand if you had that?
2014 Volvo V70 wagon.
I don't know. Maybe for 30. Maybe like a Plymouth Fury from 1957 or something cool like that.
Hmm. I would go for a manual Aston Martin Vantage. Just because I am an Aston fanboy. But at least unlike JDM fanboys or Tesla fanboys, I can take fucking criticism.
Can I just mention, are weird cars also allowed? If what I would buy instead of a Tesla.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
here's a weird car that I saw on the way up here. This was the...
Automatic, okay. 1988 LTI FX4.
Someone says they want a 1985 Corolla Sprinter Torino. So basically an AE86, I think, is an overpriced car. Massively overpriced.
Yeah, of course, Initial D, blah blah blah. Honestly, if I was involved, if I made anime, I would be drifting in a Volvo, a stock Volvo.
I think...
Drifting it.
I saw...
No headlights, no shit suspension, no aftermarket rims, original hubcaps and steelies, original interior, no mods to the engine, just drifting on a wet road. Because you can drift anything on a wet road.
Yes. But to be fair, you can drift anything on a wet road, but it does depend. But it doesn't mean that every single drift is going to be successful.
Yeah, especially limousines. I've seen people drift Lincoln Continentals.
I can drift a car quite well. I can drift a limo.
I think one of the weirdest cars I've ever seen was actually pretty recently. Yesterday we were coming up here, and I saw this really, really I don't even know if it was considered a car. It was like this really small, like 3-wheeled vehicle, like 2 wheels here, like one in the front. This little yellow thing.
Was it a Robin Reliant?
No, not even a Robin. It was smaller. It was like
really.
It was like really small. It had like this tiny little headlight on the front, like this really small window.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, you put a photo of.
It's like this. It's like this little window here, and a little headlight here. It was in yellow, and I thought it was hilarious the way it just like boo. Just like how it
was it a bit like a mixture between a Peel P50 and a Reliant Robin?
Slightly, but it was small. It was sort of like vertical a bit. I was looking it up. I don't even know what kind of car it was.
I need to get it for you, so I know exactly what you're going on about.
Yeah.
PLP50.
No, it's not PLP50. Definitely not, because PLP50's had 3 wheels, but there were 1 at the back.
This one had a wheel on the front.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
what it was
mine's not-
called though, because I don't know if it had any badging or anything. I mean, didn't see it. I never took a picture for some reason. What was
8-bit kids
that?
as well. Sorry, go on.
Do some research for you. Get
Hmm.
back to you if anything.
8-bit kid says, well, it depends if you buy one. In Japan, you can find them for $5,000, which is still expensive. I agree, but in the States, they're about $40,000 as far as I know. And I got told by a guy, because I commented on Casey Butcher's videos, if you even watch him, about the DeLorean, and I said this. He basically said that DeLoreans are really much better than people actually give them credit for. They say they're unreliable pieces of shit, but they're not. They're actually quite a good car. And I said, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I really like really want one, because they're not as stupid and unreliable and unpractical as people actually say. And I had a guy. There was a guy who was saying, "Oh, why don't you just get a Toyota?"
Stream has died. Stream has died. I don't know if anyone can hear me. Henry and Luke have died. Henry's kind of frozen. I'm gonna take
That's
a
a
picture.
terrible idea.
Oh, what? Oh, cool, it's back.
What's happening?
Yeah, so I was looking for yellow car and I couldn't find it. Also, stream kind of died for a bit again because crappy Wi-Fi.
Not on my side.
Is it an old three-wheeler?
Oh, fucking phone is at 10%.
Anyway, I think we might actually just end. Oop! I think we might actually end here. Oh, I accidentally put the. I think we're gonna end here. We're gonna just end the show here now. We kind of really went off topic and kind of forgot about what we were talking about. But I thought it was a good chat that we had tonight. And,
yeah, better than what you could get out of Tech in Chat, that's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess we'll do just some quick self promotions. I'll start. I'm trying to upload again. I don't have that much time. I wanted to do I filmed part of a review for my main computer that I'm still sort of putting together, but I'm really having troubles doing it. I'm gonna hopefully try doing it this week because I have the week off. And
lucky bastard.
I'm also gonna hopefully buy an old radio from a thrift store and do a tech log on that, because I'm starting a new segment called Tech Logs, where I basically just do random tech stuff, like unscripted stuff, to make it a bit interesting, and just to have some sort of like filler for the the scripted stuff that I don't do that often. But yeah, that's all I really have to say, and I might stream this weekend as well. I'll let Henry know.
No, I'll let Luke go.
All right, go Luke.
I have nothing new to add. Of course, yes, I stated I simp for Poison Ivy. Anyway, someone got extremely angry at that. It's a prank. Everyone calm your shit. And plus, I'm not.
Oh, I know. Hey, I can I make a guess at who got extremely angry at that?
Fans.
Can I make a guess at who got extremely angry at that one? Was it by any chance Ultimate Tech?
Yes, it was. But we're not
Yes,
going.
dickhead.
Ugh, he's annoying.
Yes, he is. Oh yeah, did you hear the rumor he got caught looking at Thingy's arse?
God, maybe let's not talk about this here.
Yeah, can we just not?
Yeah, go on.
Oh yeah, because Poison Ivy doesn't even have OnlyFans. She's a fictional character. I don't understand what all that was all about. But anyways, yeah, self promos. Just a PSA, public service announcement. Stop asking me when the next episode of Let's Fix It's coming out. I will upload it when I make it.
You sound like Aaron. I'll do it when I feel like
That
it.
does sound like Aaron. I'm sorry, maybe you really don't want to sound like that.
I'm unable to get the parts, but by Christmas, hopefully I will get a whole crap ton of spare parts. PlayStation, the Dell Latitude, all the other broken crap I've got in my cupboard. I will be getting parts, and I will be fixing more stuff soon.
And the 360 part.
By the way, before we do end, if anyone knows what this car is, I sort of sketched it. This is exactly what it looked like. It was very short. The wheels weren't really visible. It was very, very short. It was like half the height of my mom's GLS. It was very short. It was in yellow. And it was quite slim. It had like one little light on the front. I'm going to die before I die. I would love to know what kind of car this was, or what kind of motorcycle,
Charlie.
or whatever it was. What?
Charlie,
What?
put that sketch back.
Why? Are you gonna criticize it?
It looks like a fucking condom.
It's a bean.
It looks like a condom with
I'm
that
calling
little
it the
bit
bean
end,
car. That's the
especially.
headlight bit. That's the little window, and then these are the wheels.
It looks like a Johnny, for
It's
God's
not.
sake.
Shut your mouth.
It does. It really does.
Oh,
For
screw
fuck's
you.
sake, Google, stop giving me bloody, what's it called? Thing. Stop giving me freaking baby strollers and wheelchairs.
Mm.
A free-wheeled wheelchair. You have to be retarded to have invented that.
Alright, so I guess we're gonna end this episode of.
I let Luke talk. I've still do mine, haven't I?
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, fuck you as well. Yeah, so I want to remind people I'm doing a 1981 DeLorean DMC-12 review. Should be coming out around... So I'm going to actually do the review on the 14th. Should be coming out around... I hope it would be out around probably very tail end of November, because I have a hell of a lot to do with school. And unlike Jack, that's true. Yeah, so I've got shit to do, so I'll probably end up editing that sometime near the end of November, probably around the 28th or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I've also got films coming out in the next few months, which I've been working my arse off on, and that's all I've really got.
Alright. So, well, I guess that will end tonight's episode of Apple Talk. I hope everyone enjoyed, and I want to thank everyone for coming out. And I want to thank Henry for coming on, because he's kind of been like through something. I don't know what.
No problem, mate.
Yeah, he just kind of.
Because I'm not a lazy fuck like certain people.
Yeah, that's his one motivational strategy. He just doesn't want to be lazy.
I don't
He doesn't
wanna
want to
be
a lazy
like
fuck
Aaron.
like that one kid. But yeah. By the way, Charlie, can you post that sketch on Discord? Yeah, I'll post the sketch later. I'm gonna be starting a whole investigation to find Bean Car, because I really want to know what car that is. I want to know what car that is.
Hire the FBI, Charlie. That's my advice.
You know, what will the FBI do? Sit on their ass and eat donuts. At least the American FBI.
Repeal Trident.
Nope, not Appeal Try.
No, definitely not a Trident. That
It's-
thing's got a bubble.
It's very
And
small.
it's-
It might even be electric. I don't know, but it's weird. We'll talk more about it later on. But yeah, so that'll do it. Thank you all so much for watching Apple Talk. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe. We do this every weekend on Saturday nights at 9 p.m. GMT. We also have a Discord server if you want to join that. The link to that is in the description below. We also have unrelated channel links to all 3 of our channels and Discords if you're interested. So yeah, feel free to join those. And yeah, so that'll do it for this weekend's podcast. Hope you all.
Oh, I might have found it.
Oh, have you?
It could be because it does look like what you said. It's a long bubble over the top and a single thing in the middle.
It didn't have a bubble.
Right. I know this is gonna.
We'll just do this in Discord. Come on, not now. We're about to end.
Yeah.
Nope, not even close.
Fuck.
Nope. Sorry. All
I
right.
found it. Right.
All right,
Thanks
anyway.
for watching, everyone.
Yep. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next live stream. Goodbye.